Smart automation, better business. Learn how to optimize your business with Solved.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about AI agents. AI agents are rapidly becoming a big part of the modern business toolkit. They offer a compelling promise, systems that can autonomously take action on your behalf, analyzing data, making decisions, and executing tasks across software environments. But what exactly is an AI agent? Well, an AI agent is more than just a chatbot or a predictive model. It's a software entity that can perceive information, reason over it, and then act, often autonomously and across multiple steps or tools. Think of it as a digital coworker that can plan, make decisions, and follow through. And while this opens up exciting possibilities, a lot of possibilities, AI agents are not the right fit for every scenario. In fact, using them in the wrong context can increase cost, introduce risk, and reduce efficiency. So let's walk through common situations where deploying AI agents is not just unnecessary, it could be counterproductive. So listening to your coworker say, just use an agent, we're going to debunk that in a couple scenarios. All right, guys, let's hop into the first scenario in which I think an AI agent is overkill and the juice just isn't worth the squeeze. The first situation is when tasks are 1, simple, 2, repetitive, and 3, governed by fixed, unchanging rules. So a real world example of this is when you are processing payroll. When you process payroll every 2 weeks, you use consistent logic and inputs, and there's no ambiguity to the process. No dynamic reasoning required. Introducing an AI agent here would only add costs, add potential errors, and add a layer of complexity that just isn't justified or required. Worse, it can increase the risk of unpredictable behavior, something that I like to call hallucinations, where the system generates incorrect or unexpected outputs. In this scenario, I believe that rule-based automation, such as scripts or business logic engines or RPAs, or just scheduled jobs, are more efficient and reliable. Moving into the second scenario, in which I think AI agents are just overkill or unnecessary, is when you are operating in a highly regulated environment where security, privacy, compliance, and accountability are really important. For example, healthcare. Healthcare providers have to ensure that they adhere to HIPAA requirements. So if we implement an AI agent that needs to communicate with patients, we need to make sure that it stays within the bounds of the HIPAA requirements. Similarly, a bank considering AI for client onboarding must ensure that strict adherence to KYC and anti-money laundering regulations is adhered to. So, AI agents often need broad system access and can introduce behaviors that are difficult to audit. In high-risk environments, the lack of transparency and the lack of accountability poses a serious challenge. In these contexts, in this scenario, where every action needs to be traced and validated, I would say that, deterministic systems are typically more appropriate. And finally, the third scenario that I think everyone is thinking about is when you are scaling operations and you want to minimize cost. And keeping costs low is a high priority. For example, a support organization serving millions of customers may build AI agents to resolve tickets. But if each interaction triggers a multiple step, high cost LLM call and workflow handoffs, operational expenses can just skyrocket and can escalate very quickly. So why would you not use an agent here? It's just to keep costs low. While the agent could provide extremely good support and resolve tickets faster than humans, it just doesn't make sense when it comes to the cost. So when cost predictability and efficiency are essential, leaner alternatives often make more sense. And a leaner alternative could be just a standard logic-based workflow. Or you could even do a logic-based workflow where if you have a high priority item, maybe that one item or that one scenario uses an AI agent, but you're not triggering that every single time an interaction is occurring. So to conclude, you just use an agent is not always the best idea, nor is it always the best advice. AI agents are extremely effective when problems are complex, when rules are flexible and autonomy adds value. However, if your tasks are simple, your environments are highly regulated, or your scale is cost sensitive, step back and reassess. You may not need an agent. You might just need a simpler, safer, and more scalable option. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. As with any strategic investment, the real advantage of AI comes not from adopting the latest technology, but from knowing when, where, and why to use it. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you so much for watching. We can't wait to help you automate your business. Please like, comment, or subscribe for more.